세희 그리고 세진 아빠입니다. 안녕하십니까 여러분. 주한미국대사 리퍼트입니다. 인터뷰 초대해 주셔서 영광입니다. There's a lot of really interesting history here in Korea, both contemporary and ancient, so to speak. You know, everything from King Sejong and the alphabet to the Three Kingdoms to the contemporary democracy movement. It's a fascinating country. It's sports. People often think of Korea as a place where all everybody does is study and work, right? It's a hardworking, hard-studying society. But Koreans have a lot of fun and are incredibly competitive at great international sports, but also uniquely Korean sport. Taekwondo to archery to baseball to short track speed skating. You can really see all of those things here in Korea. You can see some great golf here in Korea. So you can see great international venues and great Korean local sports as well. Korean food is an export that is often undervalued. Now it's starting to get more popular in the United States. People know it as Korean barbecue, all that, but people don't know traditional Korean food, things like sundubu often. And so there's a whole palette of Korean food that I think is undervalued and ready to explode on the international scene. I'm going to go get sundubu. I do like mayak kimbap. Basic mandu is really good here in Korea. That's another undervalued part of Korean food. Kimchi mandu is fantastic. Everything from traditional Korean barbecue to bulgogi to chimek and all of that. I am a big fan of seafood, so I can always go for a little ojingal or muno. They're both quite good. It's probably just somek, but there's the igonju. Yeah, it was, and the reason I got interested in it because apparently it was served at the signing of the treaty between the United States and Chosun. Kind of got interested, started buying it, and kind of like it. So that's my favorite traditional alcohol, but there's nothing better than somek on a hot day, so there's that. It's arguable if it's undervalued because it's now UNESCO World Heritage, but the Hanja. Now there is Hanja School that foreigners can attend. And it's pretty interesting because one, it was a lot of fun. Two, the tradition history is amazing. And three, it's pretty interesting what they do in terms of capturing these sea urchins and, with a hook. So very interesting. The markets here are remarkable and they're historical, they're interesting. Each has its own story, each has its own food or sort of product you purchase. So, I would think that there's a way to do more of I'd almost do a market tour here. Gwangjang, Chijang, or other places, they're just blown away and really interested, which is a lot of hiking and great mountain trails and a lot of outdoor activities that you see legions of Koreans doing every weekend, but you don't see foreigners joining that. And I think that's a real area where people could come here and enjoy the natural beauty. First of all, just highly intelligent. I know that often comes to mind because of the number of PhDs here, but it is remarkable to see two different strains of intelligence. One, ingenuity, and second, I think, respect for intelligence, right? That there's a stature and status around being intellectually gifted or smart or curious. That's, I think, very interesting and exciting about Korea. Second, obviously, I think there's a warmth, right, to Korea. A friend of mine said, you make a Korean friend, you make a friend for life. And it's very true, right? There's a warmth, there's a loyalty. The other part of that is that there is an openness. Koreans, if you engage Koreans and you show interest in Korea, there's 99.9% of the time there's a reciprocation, right? One of the other parts that I'm a little jealous of is, the focus on family in Korea, which is really interesting and just a great thing. And I think it kind of comes back to point two, is once you're sort of welcome into the family, you're a friend for life. So the family element is something that I think a lot of people from the United States, I think, both envy and enjoy and find very appealing about the Republic of Korea. 안녕하십니까 여러분. 주한미국대사 리퍼트입니다. 인터뷰 초대해 주셔서 영광입니다. 마지막으로 열렬한 KBO 팬이니까 KBO 시즌 시작 기다려요. 네, 감사합니다. 같이 갑시다.